Welcome everybody to another Hillcrest online cafe. I'm here with my coffee and two of the girls from youth group, Leah and Charlie. And we got some questions for them today. What's it like being a teenager in this whole COVID thing? So Leah and Charlie, why don't you tell us which one's Leah, which one's Charlie, and tell us how long you guys have been friends.
I'm Charlie. I'm Leah. So we've known each other for 11 years, but when we really became friends outside of the family was actually the fall of 2019 when we started going to group together.
And then come to youth group and all the crazy leaders and all the crazy kids and bit of a party. So can you tell us a funny story that you guys share? Like something that happened maybe sometime that's just kind of a Leah and Charlie story?
One time we went to French, like the second store, and we picked out ridiculous outfits for each other and we wore them around.
That's awesome. Holly and I and Troy and Natalie once went on we called it the not dollar store date, but you go to the Value Village and you have $10 to spend and you have to get a crazy outfit for the other person to wear. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. So Charlie, it was you who had a birthday recently. What's it like having a birthday in the middle of all this?
Well, for us, it was pretty normal. Like celebrating we did what we do every year. We have lunch. Well, actually, we had dinner and cake at our grandmother's house with our family that we're already bubbled with. There wasn't really anything out of the usual that we did or had to do because of it.
Did you get an extra helping of cake or anything? Or no, I know when I was a teenager, we'd have like birthday parties with all our friends around and stuff. So would you normally have friends have like a big sleepover birthday party or what was?
Yeah, actually this year I went out to dinner at Eastside Mario's with some of my friends. And usually I do something with my friends, something like that, like a sleepover dinner. Yeah.
Awesome. So I've interviewed a lot of adults. I've interviewed all sorts of people. Some have been expecting babies and some have been working on the front lines. What's it like being a teenager in this COVID situation? So like, what would be the hardest part for you guys?
Not being able to get out for me because I'm a person who likes to be out, going to church, and we can't really do that right now, or we couldn't do that in the the hardest pandemic.
And for me, being able to have many social interactions or being around as many of my friends, because that was really hard for me.
Yeah, so how are you guys connecting with people right now? What's your secret?
Like FaceTime call.
Now since it's like not as hard as it was earlier, I'm hanging out with a lot of my friends, my neighborhood friends. We go out biking all the time, go swimming together. Yeah.
A lot of outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So has there been any part of this pandemic that's been exciting for you or anything that's been good that's come out of this?
No school for me. Like from that. And I'm not trying to say that to be a typical teenager, but I have a hard time at school, so having a break from that is kind of nice.
For me, I really liked having more time to focus on myself. I got to do things that I don't usually get to do, like I learned how to ride a bike. Actually, Leah helped me, Leah and my neighborhood friends, and I learned how to ride a bike. And then this year for my birthday, I got a bike.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Have you had any big wipeouts yet?
Yeah. Well, so my friend, he's been biking since he was probably 2, and he was biking with no hands. And I was like, oh, that looks easy. I can do that. So I'm going down the hill with no hands, and I wiped out because the full wheel was actually backwards. So that didn't help me trying to turn. And I had a great big wipeout and got a few bruises from that.
Oh yeah, riding a bike, it's gotta be a few scratches, and it's a good thing you had a helmet, right?
Oh yeah.
In my day and age, we didn't have helmets, and I turned out fine. So what are you most, I mean, we got school coming up in a few weeks. I know I said the S word, I'm sorry. But what, is there anything you're excited about going back to school for?
Well, like I said, I need a lot of social interactions, so I'm looking forward to seeing more and new faces every day and just having those social interactions. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I'm in grade 8 this year and all the new kids are coming in, so seeing not only the same people but new people.
Now, here's a question for you. If you have to wear a mask in school, will you still do your makeup underneath the mask?
No.
I don't actually wear makeup other than mascara, so that wouldn't be a difference for me.
I don't wear much makeup either, but people seem to prefer me with a mask on for some reason. I don't know what it is. Must be my good looks. So is there anything you're concerned about going back to school?
We don't really know what to expect, but we know it's going to be different. But I don't think there's anything we're concerned about. We just know that there'll be a lot changing.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on things. And I know, like with youth group, we've talked with youth leaders and trying to make plans, and we're just taking things easy one step at a time, because I guess, just looking around us at BC and different places, like, okay, what's going on? We're going to keep you guys safe, but we're going to be watching the school pretty closely to see how that goes. And then, I mean, if, we'll have to watch and see how it goes. So I don't know about you guys, but this COVID situation, there's been times where it has just knocked me off my feet, and it just, totally takes the stuffings right out of me. Some days I just can't cope with anything. Other days I'm doing fine. What have you guys done? Have you guys had days like that? And if so, how have you what's helped you to cope with all the stuff that's going on?
I've had quite a few days like that, and what really helps me is listening to music. I just put my headphones in and close my eyes, and it helps me calm down and forget about everything. Just listening to the music helps me a lot.
Yeah, the same. We would sit down and listen to music together, and that really helped us.
Yeah. So
just the world for a minute and just listen to music.
So who's your go-to artists? Like, are there certain ones that you find really help?
Not really. Just a mix.
Megadeth, Metallica,
Yeah. I listen
Slayer.
Good.
Yeah.
Little Taylor Swift, Selena Gomez.
Well, we actually both really enjoy Post Malone.
Oh, yeah, he's got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Don't get the tattoos in your face like he does, right? That's only cool for us. That'll only be cool for a season, right? Unless you get something like, I love Post Malone or something like that. So your parents would kill me if they heard me say that. So I didn't say that. So you guys are both Christians. You both follow in Jesus Christ. I think it's an interesting time for people of faith. Because I think so many people have identified their faith by, I'm a Christian because I go to church. Well, I can't go to church anymore. I can't go to youth group anymore. How has that, affected your faith, not being able to go to the actual church building?
Okay. It hasn't affected mine a whole lot, just because I've found it in a different way, and that's Christian music. I listen to that a lot, and it's helped me a lot, so it hasn't affected me too much.
It didn't affect me that much. It was just not being able to go to youth group and being reminded that God is there kind of affected me. Just going there, and I used to go to youth group and we would have that talk and it would remind me that someone is there, and not having that talk kind of affected that a little bit.
Yeah, I've talked to youth leaders too. They miss you guys something fierce. So we're thinking about doing something online in the fall, but we'll have to a lot of things to figure out. Like but yeah, it's been different for a lot of people. I think, Charlie, you said something earlier about, this season has given us time to reflect about who I am and work on myself. I find even for myself, not being able to go to church, I find like I'm cracking my Bible, my physical Bible, not just my phone app anymore. And it's just, it's comforting to just pull those pages apart and just kind of read for a little bit in the morning. And it's had some interesting effects that way.
Yeah.
So in the songs you've been listening to, just in your own walk, have you seen God in any of this, or has there been any scripture, or is there anything that you're sensing God telling you?
Well, we actually kind of have a story behind that question. So at the start of the pandemic, our parents asked us to distract our little siblings with a craft. So we told them we would make bookmarks. And we were like, you can put anything you want. You can write a scripture, anything. So we were like looking through scriptures, and we each found one that really like stood out to us. Mine was Isaiah 48:2. When you go through deep waters, I'll be with you. That one stood out to me a lot, and it helped me a lot. I like it. I like it very much.
The one that helped me was Psalms 28 or 18:28. God turns my darkness into light.
Those are both powerful scriptures. There was I was listening to one of my favorite songs right now. I don't know if I've preached this in a sermon yet or if it's going to happen later, but either way, no, it was a couple weeks ago. The person was singing, "This is how I fight my battles," and the song actually has these verses to it. And after the girls sing it, she kind of speaks prophetically. She says, "I realize that the darkness around me is actually just the shadow of God standing over me, protecting me." You think about the darkness of deep waters and the darkness of the shade, and God is with us with the deepest of depths. Those are some powerful scriptures. I'm glad God's given those to you. So as we kind of come to the close of our little interview, is there anything that you guys want to add? Is there anything you'd like to say to the church? Anything you want to say to anybody watching from a teen's perspective?
I'm okay.
I just know that God's with you, even if you don't go to church, even if a regular day you don't go to church, or if you're not going to church because of the pandemic. We'll get back to church eventually, and even if that helps you understand that God's with you, we'll get back there eventually.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. Charlie and Leah, thank you for sharing from your hearts this morning. And we'll see you guys here sometime soon, post-pandemic or sometime in the future. Everybody else, I look forward to seeing you online for Sunday morning at 10:30, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. And of course, we have our Bible studies, and every Thursday we post a little interview. God bless and Lord keep you. Bye-bye.